How's it going, YouTube? Okay. As you can see from the title, I have a crackhead from a neighbor, or for a neighbor. I'm not just saying that because she's like, all nuts and everything. Like, the woman's like a legitimate drug addict. I mean, just like no teeth left in her head, like some black little rotten nubs and just batshit crazy. But anyway, some little history here. We got the house as a foreclosure. We got it for 5 grand. It's a 3 bedroom, 1 bath house, 1 acre of land, about 4 miles from my hometown in Arkansas. I just moved out here from California and just got sick and tired of the shit out there. So, we got this great deal. So we jumped on it, packed everything up out here, hauled ass out here. Place was a mess. I had to clean it out really well, repaint, new floors and stuff like that. Um, One of the problems with the property, though, why it was so cheap was there was no water. The water meter is on the previous owner's property, which is right next to us, and the septic tank is still on her property. So I have to do a new water tank. The city, because it's considered a rural area, they can't bring a new water line until they get another grant from the government or whatever. So I'm gonna have to do a water tank in the backyard, and that's gonna cost me at least a couple grand to do. I'm gonna do it myself, but because the funds are kind of tight right now because we're trying to fix up the house and everything, we just have to put up with the with that shit for now. But anyway, like I said, the woman is just out of her goddamn mind. We've had issues with her pretty much from day one. She when they lost the house to the foreclosure, she wasn't even living in it. I guess her daughter was. So when the bank finally, kicked them out, they got all their crap out of the house and everything. Put new locks on there, and it sat for like a year because nobody wanted to buy it, and I wasn't aware of that, but we bought it. She moved into a horse barn on the 2 acres right next to us that she still owns, or some kind of weird barn looking thing. I don't know. It's bizarre. I'm gonna do another video tomorrow to show you what it looks like, so you can see what this woman is doing. I mean, she's basically, I guess you could say, homeless, but she's that way by choice. She has, before things really got bad, we talked to her, just kind of get to know her a little bit, stuff like that, trying to be civil, but it didn't work out that way. Her highest grade completed was 7th grade. Um, Married twice. Her daughter got into drugs. She has another daughter that has Down syndrome, but she stays with her grandparents, who just live right across the street from us. Also, her dad actually helped build this house, and they're really cool. They're nice people. I go there and talk to them quite a bit. Just check up on them, see how they're doing. The father is dying from colon cancer and everything, but just overall shitty situation. And real nice guy. Her, on the other hand, just fucking psychotic. Her daughter was staying with her for a little while because they got kicked out of the hotel they were living in. So the boyfriend came over to visit one day, and I guess the mom and boyfriend just do not get along whatsoever. She was mouthing off at him. I was outside working on the fence because I'm just tired of looking at her and just the mess over there. There's crap everywhere. So um, split up the fight. Had him come over and sit on the porch, and he was like, tell me to call the sheriff and everything. It's like the woman's no threat. I mean, she's like 50 years old, frail as hell. I mean, you could probably go spit on her and she'll fall over. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go over there and kick her ass for being, a moron. But whatever. She got pissed at me for breaking up the fight. So she went over to the water meter, which like I said, is on her property. She turned it off. I wasn't aware of that. My son went in to go get a drink of water because he's helping me with the fence, and he comes up to me, "Oh, the water doesn't work." I was like, "Oh, what the hell?" So I know I didn't hit the water pipe when I was digging the post holes and everything, so I went in, checked it myself, and lo and behold, nothing worked. So I called up the water company because I just paid the bill like less than 24 hours in that, or prior to that. So I thought like maybe they shut it off anyway. And I was like, "Oh fuck, that sucks." So called them up. They said, "Nope, everything's fine. We didn't shut off the water." So I was like, "Okay, well the water does not work." So they sent somebody out. And as soon as the truck pulls up, she comes running out, just screaming, yelling all kinds of nonsense and everything, like, "Oh, it's my water, blah, blah, blah." It's like, well, no, it's not. We actually, when I first moved out here, to get the water back on, I told her I'd be happy to, because she has a spigot for the garden hose on her property. So it's like, we get the water turned back on, you can have water over there also. I don't know where she was getting it before, going to the creek or ditch or whatever. I mean, don't really care, but it's like, okay, that's cool. It only cost me a 6 pack of beer because otherwise it was going to cost me like $17,000 to have a well dug, and God, I can't afford that. So I'm going to do a water tank instead. It's still expensive. It's only going to cost me like 2,000 if I do it myself. About 7,000 if I hire somebody to do it. It's still really goddamn high. So I'm taking my time on it. I have to figure out exactly where I'm going to put it, tie into the line, and cap off the one on her side, whatnot. But that's for the spring. We're still saving it for that. But back on topic. yeah, she just went just absolutely nuts. She signed over the water rights to us and everything. So it was just I saw the documentation for it. Showed it to the water guy. It's like, okay, well, yeah, it's no problem. I'm going to turn it back on for you, but we'll have to wait till she leaves. So she started, screaming, yelling, cussing, making all kinds of threats, stuff like that. My wife came out to see what was going on, and she started threatening my wife. And my wife has a very, very quick temper, not very patient when it comes to stuff like that. Neither am I, honestly. But I'm not going to go around, hitting a woman and let my wife do that. So, um, yeah, so it got really bad. My wife tried to hit her in the head with a rock because one was like, just insulting her left and right. So I had to get between and make sure my wife actually did make physical contact with her. Otherwise, it's assault, blah, blah, blah. Then she'll go to jail too. So, we split that up before that got out of hand. Sheriff comes out. They get the water turned back on. Put a lock on so she can't do it. They told her if she touches it again, it's a felony offense because you can't, it's city or the water company's property or whatever. So problem solved. But this, because of the water spigot being on her property, she's talking about how she's going to just leave it on, let it run 24/7, or she's going to break it because technically that's her water pipe. Because once it connects to the house, to the meter, those lines right there, those have to be privately done, I guess. So I don't think she's going to do that because then she has no water source again. Then she's just going to have to rely on rainwater, ditch water, wherever the hell she was getting it before. I mean, the woman obviously doesn't shower. She lives in a barn. So that's all she's got. So I can't believe that she'd actually be that retarded. But you never know. Crackheads, they're pretty unpredictable. So the septic tank is still on her property, but I'm building a new one right now. So I'm not gonna have to worry about that too much longer because I think she has been starting fires on top of the there's like a lid out there where you can get in there to like clean it out or inspect it or whatever. So she's been burning trash on top of it right next to the house. Like I would smell burnt plastic whenever but she only does this when I'm working outside. She'll start fires along the fence line. So that's another thing, for video documentations why I'm doing these videos now. Also, plus it's just funny as hell. I'm out there laughing my ass off half the time because I can't understand a word she's saying. She's just running around just a bunch of crap. So it's really hard to keep a straight face when this woman's around. But like other days, she'll be like right on the fence line, just yelling. Cause like my 11-year-old son, he's autistic, but he's high functioning, so he can get a little out of hand, annoying from time to time. But man, she hates him. Oh my god, just always has something to say about him. And my 1-year-old, for some odd reason, she seems to think he's retarded because he can't walk. He's one. He'll stand, he'll jump in his bed, and stuff like that. But he hasn't taken those first steps yet. He's trying, but I don't know, just amusing. So anyway, this is video one, the intro, just giving you a brief history. I think I've wasted enough of your time now. We're going on, 7, almost 8 minutes. So tomorrow, do a video of what the property looks like. And from there on out, because I always have the phone with me when I'm out there working, I'll get her on video and enjoy the show. All right, have a good one. Bye.